I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, January the 19th, brought to you in part by the new Nasalgen, Bovalis Nasalgen 3 PMH. It's a brand new product, first and only intranasal vaccine with both viral and bacterial pneumonia protection. It protects your cattle against IBR, BRSV, PI3, Pasteurella multicida, and Mannheimia hemolytica. Easy for me to say. But you need to give this product a try. For more information, go to unmatchedprotection.com. The stock market's down nearly 750 points in the last two sessions there. And, it's just the ways of the times here, this economy and things. And, we've had so much inflation. And I've told you guys a couple of times, the only way to get inflation to stop getting worse or to come down a little bit is to raise interest rates. Well, we're getting to the point where they're starting to talk about it. So the Fed has hinted around that they're going to have to raise interest rates in March. And they're saying that they might raise them more than a quarter of a percentage point, which that's going to knock your stock market and a lot of your publicly traded markets there. But we also got higher bond yields, and that's doing part of that too. But things are not going that well. We've had a year of the Magoo administration, and it's just hard to say anything that has been done right. Our fuel is out of control. We can't get all the things that we want when we go to the store. This COVID deal, people aren't dying as much, but it's affecting our lives just as much or more than it ever has. People don't want to work. It's amazing when you pay people to sit on their ass, they'll sit on it. They absolutely will. And when you hand them free money, they'll take it, and then they don't have as much encouragement to go out there and try to make money. But we're just kind of in tough times here. Our cattle are selling pretty well, but everything's higher. You look at fertilizer costs 3 times what they were just a year ago. Up 2 times just since the middle of the fall. It's just unbelievable how high stuff is getting, and whenever you put regulations in and you cut off pipelines and you do things like that, it starts affecting your fuel. It's going to affect all of your fuels, and then that goes for fertilizer too. But we're kind of in tough straits right here, and people are trying to go on like it's not. But this stock market goes down, this interest rates start going up. People are going to quit building them $500,000, $1 million homes. They absolutely will. And that's just what it's going to take. But maybe people start saving money again, because it hadn't done anybody really any good to save money for a while, because interest has been so damn cheap that it's hard to just keep it around for nothing. You'd have to invest it into something. But now that the economy's not doing all that well, it's just kind of tough. But let's look at your board for Tuesday. February live cattle futures down 30 cents at 137.67. Not terrible. April down 27 cents at 141.85. Your back months were all down, but not terrible. Down 27 cents to down 55. And last week we established that your live cattle futures are considered to be oversold, and we're looking for a rebound just any day here. So if we could get some news that plant workers are coming in at a normal rate, or we get our slaughter back up to normal, anything like that, and this board could turn around in a big hurry. January feeder cattle were down worse, down $1.25 at 161.45. March feeders down 95 cents at 165.42. Back months on your feeder cattle all down too, and not terrible, down 20 cents to down 77. Your corn didn't do much, up 3 1/4 cents a bushel. It's resting right under $6 at the close at $5.99.5. Kansas City hard red winter wheat gained back most of what it lost there, up 27 3/4 cents. And like I said, if you're trading around on that Kansas City hard red winter wheat, I tell you what, I mean, you'd be pulling your hair out with both hands. But your March contract on Kansas City wheat, 7.72 3/4. Beans were down 8.5 cents at 13.61 1/4. Look at your fat cattle trade, and we had a little bit more trade on Tuesday. We haven't seen the bulk of the trade yet this week. We did see a little bit of trade on Monday at 2.18, not enough really to do anything. Your packers started looking around a little bit more early Tuesday morning, and we started to see some trade, even in the Southern Plains at 137. That was encouraging, because the last sales that we had in the Southern Plains were at 135, and the bulk of last week was at 136. Now, we did have more 136 on Tuesday than we did anything else, but when you have trade at 137 early in the session there in the Southern Plains, and that was higher than the bulk of last week, it's kind of encouraging. Northern Plains sold some cattle, but they were mostly steady. Iowa had confirmed sales of 1,700 head on Tuesday. Live sales were at 137, dressed from 217 to 218. That's basically steady, a little bit weaker on your dress sales. Nebraska, 6,200 there. Live sales at 137 and dress sales 217, 218, just like Iowa did. Kansas, about 800 head confirmed, and I think there was probably more than that that they didn't get turned in before the 2 o'clock deadline whenever they give all that information to USDA, because it sure sounded like it from the text that I was getting. It was more than that, but just 800 head confirmed. Live sales from 135.5 to 137. The weighted average on that little dab of 800 head was right at 136. So like I said, still basically steady. Texas didn't have any confirmed sales on Tuesday. Box beef cutout values up again, not as sharply as they've been up here lately, but still gaining. Choice cuts up $1.63 on Tuesday afternoon at 289.49. Selects up $1.34 at 278.39. Your slaughter, it was better. It was better than what it has been. It was 117,000 projected for Tuesday. That's better. That's more like what we need. We need 120 or better. But at 117, that's not far off the mark. So far for the week up through Tuesday, we're at 230,000. That's 3,000 better than last week, and exactly the same as the same week a year ago. So it's hard to criticize that too awful much there. What else is going on? I want to tell you about a sale barn in East Texas that's doing really well, and they're going to have a big sale here on Wednesday. It's Paris Livestock, just east of Paris, Texas there. My buddy Gil Flott there, we went in there, it'd be less than a year ago, and put a system in to broadcast and receive bids for their sale, and mostly for them to have an in-house video sale there, because it's one of those Eastern Texas sales. Most of the time they sell small lots and things like that. It'd be hard for a guy to really get in online, but here on Wednesday, Paris Livestock's going to have over 2,000 head of cattle in the barn. That'd be a big, big run for that part of the country, guys. And then check out the in-house video that they're going to have early in the afternoon there. They've got 16 loads of cattle on their in-house video at Paris Livestock, Paris, Texas. Including in that those 16 loads is going to be over 1,000 head off one place, selling in one crack. Over 1,000 head of them to weigh 575 pounds. They're long time weaned steers. Been turned out. They're sitting in Atoka, Oklahoma right there. They want to deliver those between January the 20th and February 11th. Probably going to take them a couple of days to deliver those, but pretty nice cattle, Gil said. And only 10% of them showing any ear at all, and over 90% of them black. So pretty much good enough to go, anywhere, at least in the Southern Plains, guys. And those cattle will be sure enough right. Those guys are good guys to work with. Get on to dvauction.com and bid on those cattle on the online in-house video early in the afternoon. Get a hold of them at Paris Livestock. Give them a call and tell them you're interested in bidding. Get approved so you can bid when those strings of video cattle come across. Talk about your feeder cattle market on Tuesday. Your real-time index on DV auction late in the day on Tuesday at 159.46. That was down 55 cents. But the heck of it was, most of your sales, or I say most of your sales, in spots, the market was really hot on Tuesday. A lot of different spots it was hot around. But Tuesday's getting to be a big auction day. Now, we don't have an Oklahoma City or an El Reno or a Joplin on Tuesday. Of course, well, El Reno sells calves on Tuesday. I shouldn't say that. But a lot of your smaller regional type sales are on Tuesday, and it's just getting to be a huge day. So lots of numbers coming in there, and when you get that, it's going to pull your index down a little bit. But several really good sales, and I'm going to give you guys several quotes from all around the circuit. How about one of your big sales for Tuesday? Ozarks Regional Stockyard, West Plains, Missouri. Had a lighter run because it's pretty muddy around there. They got some wintry moisture there over the weekend and getting kind of muddy, and it's pretty rocky around there, but still it makes it harder to move cattle. About 2,400 head in the barn, another 900 head that Ozarks Regional Stockyard does on their in-house video with DV Auction. If you guys want to expand your limits and get cattle into your sale, the guys are just a little bit touchy about hauling them all the way in there, you know, do an in-house video. We can help you with DV Auction, and a lot of these sale barns are doing it that aren't used to running those big long strings of outside cattle for sure. But in West Plains there, the market on your lighter weight steer calves under 5.5 we're steady to $5 higher, kind of like we saw last week. Your heavier steer calves weighing over 5.5, steady to $5 lower. Heifer calves were $2 to $4 lower. A lighter test of yearlings had a lower undertone, but not a really good test on those. How about a one stick out deal that they had in West Plains that I got from a Feeder Flash gang member? Now they had 89 head right there in West Plains, 100-day weaned, 540-pound steers. That there were 3 colored cattle. He said there was blacks and black baldies and reds and charolais and all that kind of thing. And they 89 head of them weighed 540 pounds, bring 198.50. Now in my mind, that would be higher than the Sandhills in Nebraska, you know, getting 210 or 215 for a home raised 1-iron bunch right there. But that's the market, and that's a pretty good market around. How about Beaver County Stockyards, Beaver, Oklahoma? 3,600 head of feeders, and with the cows at about 4,000 head of cattle there. Good market there at Beaver. The steers were kind of unevenly steady to as much as $4 higher, especially on your 6-weight steers there. Saw that on Cattle Market Central. Heifers $1 to $5 higher. And you look at this automated marker report out of Beaver County Stockyards, and you can see that they had a well-tested market there, and all the weights were pretty well represented there. Let's look at your best tested weights. 476 head, 6-weight steer calves average 648 at 174.49 on the weighted average price. This is in the Oklahoma Panhandle, guys. 432 head of 7-weight steers average 749 at 159.38 on the weighted average price, and 714 head of your 8-weight steers, 832 pounds on the average, weighted average price 154.40. Good sale there at Beaver Stockyards. How about Lone Star Stockyards out here west of Amarillo, Texas? You know, normally not getting huge prices down here. We just can't get them down here like you guys up in the northern plains. But tell you what, when you get the kind of strings in here that are starting to move, and those cattle have been on wheat and they're pulling them off early because there's nothing for them to eat, and they got outstanding condition on them, and then you get some quality in there. It's unbelievable that Lone Star Stockyards, our friend Bill Martin manages that brand new facility out there, but sold 164 head of 748 pound steers. They were Charolais cross, right off the wheat. They'd run out of wheat. Local cattle from Groom, Texas, right on I-40, but 164 head weighed 748 at $168. That'd be a big time price, guys. Then he had another 119 head of NHTC steers, top quality, weighed almost 900 pounds, 896 pounds at 163.50. Now that'd be a big time quote. How about North Platte Stockyards? My good buddy Kyle Lehman there, I tell you what, as he resurrected that hometown sale barn for him right there, it kind of run that barn into the ground. It wasn't running there for a while. He got an opportunity to get in there, and man, is he making the most of it, and had a good sale on there. Several top quotes. I just pulled your 7 to 950 pound strings of steers there, and look at them out of North Platte Stockyards there in North Platte, Nebraska. My favorite ones to look at is the top one, 56 head, 702 pound steer calves, bring 175.75, and then the one listed there at the bottom of those quotes was 55 head of 818 pound steers, bring 166 bucks. That'd be premium quality, premium market up there in Nebraska, and you guys need to get in touch with him if you're interested in marketing some cattle in that area. How about a market that we don't talk about a lot, and you don't think about them having big strings of cattle, but Cattleman's Livestock Auction in Harrison, Arkansas. They sell them there too. How about 81 head of steers weighed 625 pounds at $179.75 in Harrison, Arkansas? Are you kidding me? How about Huron Continental Marketing in Huron, South Dakota? Now we expect them to have a big price, and boy did they. 72 head of steers weighed 802 at $167.25. But the best quote that I saw anywhere on Tuesday, your National Beef Wire top quote for the day, come out of Tri-State Livestock Exchange in Ray, Colorado. They don't have sales there every week, but when they do have a sale there, it's really good. And maybe they do have a sale there every week, but they don't have big specials like they did on Tuesday. But 93 head, 594 pound steers, almost 600 pounds, $210 in Ray, Colorado. I guarantee you there ain't much to eat around there. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.